I don't know if you can see it on my face or not. What you see in my face is a man that's brought a 75-pound rescue animal into an RV. Also an animal that needed to be neutered, has a giant cone on his head, and does not sleep too well. Hence why we are not sleeping too well. But it's worth it. He's learning. We're going to catch up with Kobuck here in a little bit, but I have some tasks I need to get done outside. Generator maintenance is very, very important. That's because these generators here, they're not cheap to replace and they're not cheap to repair. One of the best things you can do, besides what I'm doing right now, is to exercise your generator. For my particular generator, the manual calls for 2 hours of continuous use with about half of its max load. When you exercise your generator, it does 3 things. It lubricates your generator, dries off moisture, and also replaces fuel in the fuel lines that might be old and stale. Our generator currently has 400 hours on it. The last time the oil was changed in this generator was 354, but it's been a year since the last time the oil's been changed. It's important to change it within a year because the properties within the oil that protect the engine and can protect the components, they start to break down over time. The oil I'm going to be using for this change, it's 10W40. It's Mobil 1 high mileage full synthetic. This contains zinc and phosphorus, which help protect the engine. This is about $10 a quart. When it comes down to trying to repair internal components in these Onan generators, I'd much rather spend $10 well, I guess it'd be $20 a year because I have 2 of them. I'd rather spend $20 a year than have to pay somebody to go into this generator and try and repair it. This generator is even more important for us now that we adopted a dog. We need to make sure whenever we leave him in the RV, that he's going to be happy and healthy and not too hot. So this thing has to be working very, very well. The other day, I was in the RV and I had the AC on and the generator kicked off. So right now what I'm going to do is try and do everything outside of the engine. I'm going to replace the oil. I'm also going to replace the air filter. I have no idea if the air filter's ever been replaced, and see if that solves my problem. You're going to need a T30 Torx bit. That's for underneath. I'll show you that here in a second. You're also going to need a 9/16 socket for the drain plug. And I found this while searching videos on YouTube, this awesome little container that helps you measure how much oil you're putting into your engine. This can also be used for the RV as well whenever I change the oil up front with the V10. And of course, a trusty oil pan so I can take it back to the auto parts store and recycle the oil. For this Microquiet 4000, it takes 1.6 quarts of oil. That's why I had to get 2 quarts of oil. But then I'll have some left over just in case I need to put some more in the generator, or in emergency situations I will have extra oil. Changing the air filter is incredibly easy. There's a wing nut at the very end. Shroud pops off. Underneath that is another wing nut. Air filter slides out. Here's the new air filter. It's installed just in reverse order. This is where we utilize the T30 Torx bit. You want to take the other one off, just loosen the other side. That exposes the 9/16 bolt. Button this up. Be sure to tighten it down, but not too tight. Don't want to strip these threads. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this open for now so I can check for leaks after we put the new oil in and start it up. Now that we are buttoned up underneath, I'm gonna go ahead and open this cap, which is also the dipstick, start to put some oil in. This is the filter I'm going to use. I did some math real quick, and 1.6 quarts equals just right at 51 ounces. So what I'm going to do is fill up to 32 ounces, and then at 19 ounces, which will be right below the 20 right here. This funnel is very helpful because it has an on and off switch. You can measure exactly what you want, twist it, and the oil begins to flow. Give the dipstick a quick wipe down. We'll see where we're at. Right at full. So let's kick her on, and I'm gonna check underneath for any leaks. You can hear both the AC and the generator. It's important to run your AC as well. It's same as your generator. It's good to exercise it, good to keep everything nice and flowing and ready to go whenever you need it. The next item on my list, serpentine belts. I'm gonna be heading out to G's car. I've been watching this video on YouTube. I'll link it to this video so you all can check it out. After you loosen up the bolts, then you loosen the tensioner, and then you slip the new belt on, and it should be that simple. Whenever it seems simple, it's really not. That's what I've learned anyways. I have about 2 hours to replace that belt and that belt. G's mom is making a birthday dinner for me, Biz, one of G's friends, and also her mom herself. I typically don't tell people when it's my birthday because I'm not a big fan of birthdays, but G made a very good point. It's not that you're celebrating that you're another year older. You're celebrating that you lived another year. So it's just a good philosophy to have. So I always looked at it like, oh, now I'm this age, now I'm this age. But rather you should look at it as I made it to this age. So first thing we need to do, we're gonna loosen the power steering pump. This is done by, I think it's, yeah, there's a little tensioner right underneath here, and then a main bolt right up there. And then I also have to loosen up the alternator, which is right here. There's a bolt out front, the tensioner underneath, and also another bolt right here to the side. So this is what the belts were doing. You can see that cracking in there. That is not good. That's good. So that's the easy part. On to this bad boy. This one's not as bad, but it's still cracking. There's still pieces of it. Looks like it's coming off. Now time to put on the new belts. I think that's it. Let's start it up. Oh, I did disconnect the battery. I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna connect the battery and we'll start her up and see if it sounds good. So far the belts seem to be working just fine. As I get more and more into this RV life, the more that I realize the satisfying feeling that you get after you get something done. It feels good to you know, not have to pay for anything but the belts. When I went to O'Reilly Auto Parts, the belts alone were 50 bucks. Probably would have been an extra 50 for labor to take it into a shop. That adds up pretty quickly. Like I mentioned in previous videos, it's just, I really like having other people there when I work on stuff, because it's just like a group effort, and also they can kind of bounce ideas if I'm about to do something really stupid or if they have a better way of doing something. I like, you know, having other people's feedback right then and there. We're gonna get some speed on this road. We're going to a parking lot up here, and then I'll check the tension on the belts, see if I smell any of them burning. But growing up, before my grandfather passed away, we always worked on stuff together, and I think that's where it comes from for me. It's just whenever there was a project, whenever there was like a big project, we'd always, you know, go at it together. And you might notice in some of my previous videos, I have people helping me doing things, because that's just how I'm used to doing it, having things figured out as a group, as a team. But as I grow older, you know, I was always impressed by how my grandfather always had everything figured out. Like, he knew how to fix everything. And now that, you know, I'm more on my own fixing things, there's nobody around really to help me a lot of time now. The more that I aspire to be like that, where I can look at a problem, look at a certain situation, and know how to fix it. Now I know, you know, doing these belts, it's not like you know, rocket science. It's not like I did anything that, you know, most of the viewers of this channel could do. Anybody could do it, you know, but it's great doing it on my own. So we'll probably catch you on a walk with Kobuk later on. Miss G has to finish getting dinner ready, so it's just me and the Kobuks. He's a dweeb right now with that Onan. Poor guy. Got a shower, got a nap, feeling like a new man. Gonna spend the rest of the night working on different things on the computer. They're in business ideas, some editing, then have a belated birthday dinner. It's great out here in Arizona. I love this weather. It's pretty cool because we stay in 60-degree weather pretty much year round until we go back to Indiana, of course, but that's only just for a little bit. But he's getting better. He's learning some manners. He just really doesn't like this cone. There's a dog walking towards us right up here. I'm gonna get off here and see how he does. He does this thing where whenever a dog moves on, he'll just stare at him. So when we try and walk, come on, Kobuk. He'll be walking normal, and then he goes about his way. He might not do it, but typically, oh, there it is. He stops and looks. It's like, but wait. This will be the last video of the night. Hopefully this young man uses the restroom out here, because we've been keeping him in the house just because this cone's too big for the RV. So when he's in the house, he won't go number 2 unless he's on a walk. He'll pee sometimes, or otherwise he'll just hold it all night. So fingers crossed he goes to the restroom and he lets us sleep a little bit tomorrow. I guess we'll see. Catch y'all later.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our social media and our website, chrisandgtravels.com.
If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and also share this video with your friends. We'd also like to thank Progressive Industries for making daily videos in Alaska possible.
Nailed it!